Man, that's corny. I goofed that up bad. I goofed that up bad. Well, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again. We gotta start that all over because y'all ain't hear nothing, and I know that for a fact. So y'all hear me now? Y'all hear me now? We good? We good? We good? Stacy White, Ricky B, Mark G, and grown woman. I know it wasn't no audio. I didn't have a mic on. I got it on now. So y'all hear me now? I mean, are we good? We good? All right, sounds good. Okay. We're gonna do that all over. I'm rapping my little. I'm like, yo, this is one of my better rhymes. I'm really freestyling today. Yeah, it would happen when y'all don't hear nothing. So we're gonna do it all over. I'm just gonna rewind the whole thing. Let's go. Let's rock. So we here, y'all. We're gonna start everything over. We talking about believing in nothing. What makes you believe or lose faith in something? What makes you start to believe in something from the beginning? It's not always easy to have faith in something, man. Getting faith and keeping the faith is something. And we're going to talk about it today. I'm sorry that we pray and sometimes we still don't get our way, but I still stay in prayer and I make sure that I'm always going to be the like rhyme sayer. And I'm coming through Sunday afternoon. We going to do this thing. It's going to get hot up in here pretty soon. Well, I hope it does. I got a little buzz, but I didn't drink or smoke, but I'm not no joke. And I'm coming through toking and smoking. I'm doing what I got to do. But I'm hoping that things will be a little bit better than they were before. So I'll have the faith for sure. But what about you? What about yours? Or what about y'all do? Or do you take the tours? Do you take the tours through a girl's drawers, fill it up her panties and the titties in up the ante? Do you take things around the way? Do you always live and stand by the things you say? Well, I know I try, so I hope you have faith. But yeah, listen, I know I was a little late, but if you live my life, you would never hate. And I ain't saying that you're hating, but you might not be believing because it's what I say. You might be thinking that I'm deceiving and taking it to another place that I'm saying right up in your ear, in your face. Today on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, we are talking about believing in nothing. Believing in nothing. What makes you believe or disbelieve in something, man? It's not always easy. It's not always easy to believe in something. Like, how do you start to believe in things that you believe in? What does it take? Does something or someone have to prove themselves to you in order for you to believe in something? Or is there something else? Does believing in someone make you believe in another thing? Do you have another system? Do you have another system of belief that you count on to make you make better decisions in your life? But what can take all of that away? What can take away everything that you believe in and make you lose faith in not only God, but people, things, people, places, things, whatever. All nouns. I don't believe in no nouns. It can happen, man. When you go through things in your life, it can take you to places where you thought that you would never be and where you definitely never want to go to. So that's what we're talking about today on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, man. Having faith, or should I say believing in nothing. What is it like to be devoid of faith? To believe that nothing is real, nothing is good, nothing is going to work out. All you have is yourself. And if you really think about it, nowadays you hear a lot of people say that, man, I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody. I depend on myself. If I can't do it myself, then it can't be done. And then you have people who have a deeper sense of a belief system where they rely on certain things to meet a certain criteria in order for them to start to believe. Now, what is belief? What do we mean when we say that we believe something or believe in something? Well, let's go to the Webster Dictionary. Let's get that pop. Hold on, I got a couple of things I need to do while I'm at it. Hold on a second. Um, what does believing in something mean? Oh shit! Hold on. It wasn't loud enough. Okay. What does believing in something mean?
Here's the definition of believe in. Have faith in the truth or existence of something.
Have faith in the truth or existence of something. To have faith in the truth or existence of something. Well, that's kind of cookie cutter. Let me see. When it says believe in, the dictionary definition is have faith or in the truth or existence of something. Or an example is she admitted that she believed in ghosts. Or number two definition is be the opinion that something is right or acceptable. I don't believe in censorship of the arts. Okay. All right. So we see that belief in something can have spiritual properties or mental properties, and it can also have physical properties. I think that in order to believe in something, you have to have a way to depend on something. To be able to depend on something. And you know how hard it is nowadays to depend on something. It's not an easy thing to do. When you depend on something, that means that you think wholeheartedly and believe with all your heart that it's going to be there and it's going to perform the way that it's supposed to perform. Which is the reason that even though I'm a believer, I understand why some people don't believe in God. I get it. I get it.
I'm a believer. I understand.
Hold on. When I get in the chat, doesn't want to. Yeah, I had to lower the volume a little bit. Had to lower the volume a little bit. Make sure that everything is going the way it's supposed to go here. Everything is cool. Everything is cool. Ricky B says faith in a higher power. And Mark G says, good point. Getting it and keeping it. Yeah, I mean, when I've known people who said that they just don't believe in anything at this point. Now, when a person talks like that, it could be because they're going through something in their lives that's really bringing them down and it's kind of ruining the party for them a lot or a little or however it goes. So I get it. I really, really do. Stacy White. What's going on, Stacy White? Holding it down for the D all day, every day. Good to see you. It says, sometimes you just get tired. That's true. Mark G says, I lost my faith after losing my first child. Took me years to get it back. First of all, I'm really, really sorry that happened to you. And when tragedies like that happen, life-changing, life-altering tragedies happen like that, it makes sense that you would lose faith in a lot of things. Like what would make you be able to keep the faith when you go through a tragedy like that? Well, one thing that I think can help it or influence it is being able to understand things on a deeper level about how things work. One of the good things about spirituality or religion, I'm just going to say religion. One of the good things about religion is that it does help you to establish a system of faith and a system of belief. Where I think it falls down on a job or where it falls short sometimes is that it doesn't open your mind up to other possibilities and the reasons for those possibilities. Like, believing that God is love and that he's good and that he forgives everything, even when you're bad, and being taught that the devil is bad and it teaches you everything that happens to you that is bad, or whenever you do something that is quote unquote bad or evil or whatever, that it's the devil making that happen. It has dire consequences. It has consequences that can really, really be far reaching, and it can work on your ability and inhibit your ability to be able to think outside the box. We all know people who don't do the right things. We all know people who don't do the right things. And we all know people who still win, persevere, have good things happen to them. They find love, they get money, they seem to be successful in life, and oftentimes they're happy. And you see them, you have witnessed them doing underhanded shit, lying, cheating, all kinds of stuff. We see it. Now, doesn't that kind of go against the grain of our belief that good things happen to people who do good things? Doesn't karma kind of, and we need to talk a little bit about karma, because some people believe in karma and some people don't, or they don't believe in it in the same way. But yeah, what they say, karma is a bitch, karma is a motherfucker, but yeah, we've all seen good things happen to good people. I mean, to bad people. And to be honest with you, we've seen a lot of bad things happen to people who we've seen do a lot of good. And sometimes the scales seem really unbalanced because it seems like bad things happen to good people all the time. Or not good enough things happen to good people. Like, for that person to always look out for other people, always be there, Johnny on the spot, always be willing to help, always jumping in there to lend a hand or give assistance, contribute, make donations, give money. They don't seem to get the things that they deserve. For example, look at how we talk about teachers, policemen, firemen, people who work in the service industry, particularly teachers, policemen, and firemen. They seem to be the top 3 professions that we don't feel like get paid enough or get their just due. Look, they're out there risking their lives or educating our youth, preparing them for the future, doing the right things. Am I lying? We always talking about how teachers are underpaid. They don't get paid enough. We'll pay all of these superstars and all of these athletes. We pay them all of this money, but we don't pay our teachers. We give them pennies. And I'm like, well, teachers don't make pennies. They make a decent salary. They get all of the vacation days, especially if you're a public school teacher. You get holidays that we don't even think about. You know what I mean? How many of y'all work at your jobs and get off for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur? The 2 Jewish holidays in October. You get off of that? I mean, anybody? We don't get off of that. Public school teachers get off of that. Now, I can't say for every region, because somebody, teachers down south may not get out, may not, have as high of a Jewish population as they do on the East Coast or the West Coast. So I can't, don't get me wrong. But I know that regular jobs normally only have the 6 major holidays that you get off of. And sometimes you have to choose to make it 6. Now, we normally get off for New Year's. Let's start the year out. New Year's, a lot of jobs get off. I'm not going to say it. New Year's, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Those are the top 6. Sometimes your job will give you off some alternative holidays. And sometimes you have to choose some alternative holidays. Like, you can have either President's Day off, MLK Day, or Juneteenth. But you can't have all 3 or even 2. Now, it depends on what job you work at. Depends on where you work, but they put the quick limits on them things. Like, hold on, but teachers get those holidays and all the other holidays: Veterans Day, Columbus Day, President's Day, Rosh Hashanah, and Yom Kippur. So, and if you are a teacher on a secondary education level, which means you can teach high school, but even if you're not, and you only have your bachelor's degree, which means you can teach elementary school, you're making probably, let's see what the average teacher salary is in Pennsylvania. Because I know they make about 50 grand a year. It may be more than that now. And I'm not saying 50 grand is definitely not rich, but let's see. What's the average teacher salary in Pennsylvania? All right. So as of October 2024, the average salary for a teacher in Pennsylvania is $43,247 per year, or $3,603 per month. The average hourly pay for a teacher in Pennsylvania is $20.85, with a range of $12.98 to $27.04. So there's some people who make way less than that, and then there's some people who make a lot more than that. Well, how do you judge that? How do you judge it? What up, Charles Xavier? Says, for those who don't know, look up Black and Sippin' Family Guy. Ain't nobody. I don't think nobody's gonna look that up, my G. I don't think nobody's gonna look that up, my G. But thanks for coming through anyway. Salute. But yeah, so we often talk about how teachers don't get paid enough money and whatever. So you might ask, how does a teacher keep their faith in their profession when they're not getting paid as much as some people who don't have to go to school, don't have to deal with the public face to face, and maybe are not making the same contribution to society as teachers are making, or firemen or policemen? Now, policemen in Philadelphia get paid pretty handsomely. They don't make six figures, but they ain't broke. They ain't broke, and hardly any of them live in the hood. And I'm just telling you that straight up and down. Cops don't normally live right there in the hood. Not in the dangerous hood. In Philadelphia, they move out to the Northeast, which ain't what it used to be. But they find their ways. They find ways to, they have the police and fire credit union, so they're able to secure loans in order to buy decent houses. But they do have to live within city limits. They have to live in Philadelphia County. It's not like they can move out in Montgomery County, Delaware County, Bucks, or any place like that. You have to live in the city of Philadelphia. But there are decent neighborhoods and decent places to live in the city of Philadelphia, and they have been pretty good at finding places to live. I mean, them cops got to live somewhere. Now, when you think about why an athlete or a singer or actor or a comedian or whatever, why they get paid so much more than a teacher or a cop or fireman, is because I don't remember them selling. I don't remember nobody. I never remember seeing lines wrapped around the corner to get into school and waiting to buy a ticket to get into school or into a precinct or at a fireman's carnival or something like that. It ain't like that. They get paid a regular salary, but they knew what they were signing up for when they got into it. They knew that they weren't going to become rich. Well, policemen become rich if they can shake down enough drug dealers and get into enough corruption. But come on, that's not all of them. That's not all of them. But when things aren't going the way that you want them to go, how do you keep your faith in it? How does your belief system exist? How does it maintain? How do you keep your head up? T. Carey Wright, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. What's going on? What's going on? All right. Okay. TK Wright says, those who can't keep the faith leave the profession. Okay. Those who keep the faith thrive off the student success and love educating. Okay. Orthodox Christian 38 says, Av Christus Rex. I got nothing. But it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, believing in nothing. That's what we're talking about today. Oh, let me do the intro. We done got all far. Let me do the intro. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the rrrr. And if you can't say Omar with the rrrr, well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feel like real men and women should also. Today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we are talking about believing in nothing. What takes away a person's entire belief system? And do you ever totally lose your entire belief system? Is it possible for you to stop your faith and belief in everything? Is it possible? Can it happen? Could it happen? Would it happen? Why would it happen? Think about it. Think about what makes you start to believe in something. And let's start there. Let's really start there. What are the things that make you believe in something? What up, Just Nature? Thanks for coming through. 1890. Peace to you as well. What makes you believe in something? Like a lot of times you will believe in something or have faith in something because it has proven itself to you. It has shown and proven itself to be true. It has shown and proven itself to be evident. It has performed the way that it said it would, or that people said that it would, time and time again. You were able to depend on it. Yes, every time it was supposed to happen, it happened. Just like the sun rising in the east and setting in the west. You know what's interesting about the people believing that the sun rises in the east and setting in the west is that only the people who are in the east can see the sun rising. They can't see the sun setting in the west. They can't see that. They actually see the sun setting in the east where they are. Somehow they have to rely and believe that in the west is where the sun is really setting, even though it gets dark right where they are. You understand? I don't want to get too complicated with this, but do you understand what I'm saying? So although they don't see the sun setting in the west when they are in the east, they have been told and they have been shown proof, maybe video proof or whatever, that the sun completes its daily cycle in the west. So through the time zones, when it is a certain time all the way in one side of the world, it's a whole different time zone on the other side of the world. Should I say, when it's one time at one part of the world, it's a whole different time on the other side of the world. But we have to believe that that's true. And we have to also believe that it happens the same way at the same time every single day. Well, we have proof that happens. What would it take for us to stop believing that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. For most of us, nothing could shake our belief in that, because we know that it ain't changeable. It's not like the sun gets in a certain kind of mood and is like, well, hold on. I'm going to be the sun right now. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be the sun. All right, here. We're gonna simulate the sun. Here I am, the sun. Man, I don't feel like rising over here in the east. I might rise in the west. You know what I mean? Let me switch it up. I'm tired of always rising in the east. I guess scientifically I have to revolve it, because it actually, the sun revolves around the earth. Of course, flat earthers say that the earth is flat and it doesn't revolve around the sun. So imagine the sun getting moody. Like, yo, I know that I rose in the east. And set in the sun. In the west all those other days. But today I'm switching it up on y'all. And I'm going to be different. Well, the reason that the sun doesn't have the choice but to rise in the east and set in the west is because it's a law. It's a law. And, we talk about laws that are on the books, which are really just policies. But we talk about how policies on the books can be changed. But they're not really laws. We call them laws, but a law is something that can't be changed. The sun rising in the east and setting in the west is a law. There's nothing any human being can do about it. It's not even in your autonomic nervous system. All my people who remember science classes, do y'all remember the autonomic nervous system? Do you remember the autonomic processes of your body? Those are the things that you don't have control over, like your heartbeat. You don't control your heartbeat. It beats the way it beats. Even your breathing. You can control your breathing for a few minutes, but when you're not conscious of your breathing goes the way it does. And it's consistent and it's steady. And it always sets back to one. Now, I hope y'all following me, because I'm really saying all of this to say that because we know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, and that's a law and it's unchangeable and it proves itself every single day, we can believe in that. So what happens when we encounter things that don't work that way? Does it cause us to lose our faith? Charles Xavier, what's good? Thanks for the super chat. And yes, you can. I'm sorry I didn't. Let me put the number in the chat. I'm sorry. You know what? I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all making me do my job. I'm over here falling down on the job. It's bad enough I was late. Now I'm not promoting that y'all can call in and give your 2 cents and rock out and express your opinion and your thoughts. And that's how this thing is supposed to be set up. All right. So the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. Call 319-527-6199. And I will get you right there on the line. The lines are open and there is no busy signal. When I'm talking to somebody else, you can still call in. We can do a conference style or we can do a one at a time, but you will never call in and hear a It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. Charles Xavier, man, I really, really appreciate you. Pom Pom Puff Lovers says, remember me? Well, whether I remember you or not, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're here. I got to do something for my people, though. My people, He sent through the super chat. He sent that super chat. Charles. Thanks, my brother. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. I appreciate what you do and all what you want of you. I see that YouTube is playing around with the algorithm today. They don't want nobody to come through the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I don't know why. You ain't gonna tell me that there are 0 people in the chat. I don't know. There's 0 people listening now. They've been acting funny for a couple of days. It actually got me in a haze. I'm wondering what's going on. If I made somebody mad, what's going through? Yo, are we doing bad? How can I get another like when there's nobody in the chat? There's something wrong with that. But we still here and it. Waiting for it to appear that appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming on through and thanks for all you do. You could have been anywhere, but you're here with me and you and I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you, Charles Xavier. Thank you all for coming through. All right, so this is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, and we're talking about believing in nothing. What happened? What happens? What has to happen for you to lose your faith in everything and believe in absolutely nothing? I mean, is it possible that it could all be taken away? Like, yo, I just can't. I can't get with it. You can't get with what? Nothing. Nothing. What up, Matt Diaz? Diaz, what's going on? All right, we have a caller on the line. Caller with the private number. I'm going to take your call right now. Going to take your call right now. So call up with the private number. Thank you for holding on the line. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. What's on your mind right now?
Mic check. This is Charles, brother.
Yo, thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate you.
All good. No, it's interesting. You were talking about the faith and the sun setting and all that. I just wanted to share something. So I'm Muslim myself, and it's something that I can't stop believing that even if I wanted to,
okay,
like even if I tried walking away from it, you can't go against the truth.
Okay.
So basically, Islam teaches us that everything that it tells us to do, which is called halal, permissible, it benefits us. Scientifically proven. Take anything that it tells you to do as a command, and it benefits a human being. And anything that it tells you not to do is bad for you. And it's scientifically proven. Like, take anything from it. Don't take my word for it. Always do your own research when you're given any type of data or information. And it's Allah. You said Allah, right?
Yeah.
It's Allah?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. It's not just Allah. It's Allah. It's God.
It is. It is. Yeah. So, yeah.
And the sun and the moon, it does not come up and go without God's permission. Every morning, the sun waits for God's permission to say, all right, you can raise, you can come up the east. all right, you could go down and rest in the West.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I just want to finish off with it. Actually, it's one of the end times signs that there will be a day where the sun will rise from the west.
Okay.
And when that happens, it's over. It's one of the end. There's major signs. There's minor signs, medium signs, and major signs. Y'all can research them. All the minor signs are gone. Where in the medium signs. Actually, no. If I'm not mistaken, the minor and the medium signs are all here, and we're just waiting for the final one.
Okay. Now,
if you have any questions, sorry, I was going to say if you have any questions about any of the signs that have come already, I have no problem answering.
Okay. This is the question that I really want to ask you above all. I want to make sure that I that I don't forget it before we get into anything else. And I see that we have another call on the line. Caller with the other private number. I'll get to you right after this call. But so how long have you chosen to be a Muslim? How long have you chosen to follow Islam?
So I was born a Muslim, but we took off from Iraq because of the war and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we survived the firing squad in Iran and went crossed a river from Turkey into Greece. Long story short, ended up in Canada in 1993. So
okay.
I grew up in the Western culture, and I didn't eat pork, I didn't drink alcohol, but I didn't really pray and know my religion until I got shot and paralyzed. I got shot and paralyzed in 2012, and then I was depressed for like 5 years. I basically lost my religion, lost my faith, and one night I questioned God. I saw a small fruit fly go by, and I said, if this thing's got life, it's so tiny, so nonsensical, but yet it has a purpose in the ecosystem. And I'm a human being gifted with intellect, and which separates us from animals and angels and all that. What's my purpose? God, show yourself to me.
Mm-hmm.
If you're real, guide me. What's my purpose? And then I thought about all the bad shit I did, and I cried for like 4, 5, 6 hours straight. And the next day when I woke up, I was a different person. It's like a miracle, which I can't explain in words. And then I went on to research my religion, and since then, like it's been real.
Okay. So, all right. Now you say that you lost
2016. Sorry, to answer your question, 2016 is when my faith got solid.
Okay. Now you weren't a practicing Muslim in your younger years. So
yeah.
did you still consider yourself to be a believer, even though
yes,
you considered yourself to be a believer even when you weren't practicing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just not the best of believers.
Okay. So you believe that Allah was God and that Muhammad is his messenger. Is that
the final messenger? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now what made you believe that, other than being taught that, or being in that environment?
The night I questioned my purpose, I was so depressed. Like I was like researching, like everything, magic, other religions, all of that. I was so depressed. So I questioned and asked God at night, and something happened to me that I cannot explain in words. Like it was a miracle. Like who I was a straight street dude, bro. Like anger, selfish all the time. Didn't give a fuck about. Sorry.
No. You can say you can express yourself on this show. You don't have to. You don't have to.
I'm trying to cut down on the swearing too.
Okay.
Still.
Okay.
But
cool.
Thank you, though. I appreciate that. Just out of respect, just there might be a kid listening or so. Who knows?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
It just I can't explain it to words. And then so that's one part of it. And then when I started actually doing the research and doing the math, that's what solidified my faith.
Okay.
So yeah, I was saying like I was a bad person, bro. Like I was a straight demon. And in one night, the next day, we're praying 5 times a day. My attitude, I'm telling my family I love them. Like they thought I was going crazy at first.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat down with my dad and I'm like explaining all this to him. He goes, "Have you ever done that in your life?" I'm like, "Nah, that was the first time." He goes, "Well, there's a difference between asking for forgiveness and saying Toba. Toba is when you not only ask for forgiveness, but promise to never do it again and try not to ever do it again." And it was my first time doing it. And I was so sincere in my forgiveness that God bless. I don't know if like an angel touched me or an angel came down and like reached in my heart and like took all the bad out. But something happened that night that I cannot explain. And it just changed me as a person. And then after a while, like people realized like, yo, it's real.
Okay. Now for
my
a person
family and friends around. So.
Okay. Now, no. I definitely believe in spiritual awakening and certain signs that may that may become self-evident to you that can change everything that's going on in your life. But what would you say to somebody who may say, "Well, that wasn't God. That's just the way the world works. That's just, this. It could be the universe. It could just be, a good day for you. It could be luck." A lot of people believe in luck, and a lot of people who believe, I think that you can do two things at the same time. I think you can believe in luck and you can also believe in faith. You know what I mean? But
I don't think you can. I would say to them, I don't think a killer and a sociopath can go to sleep and wake up an angel.
Okay. All right.
That's one thing I would tell. That would be my personal response.
Mm-hmm.
And even when I was a demon, my faith was still there. Where you don't mess with civilians, you don't mess with women and children. You keep it street on street and all of that, right?
Yeah. So you still
I experienced and seen something that I would love to go into, but then I'd just sound crazy, and I'm saving that for my book.
Okay.
But once my book is published, I will send you a nice copy, and it's a book. This book I'm writing. It was after my transformation. I thought to myself, I haven't seen my son at the time for like 4 years. It's been 12 now. I said, yo, somebody else is raising my kid. I have no access to them. I need to write them a journal so that they can maneuver around Western societies, morally declining society, to maneuver around it, equip him with all the knowledge that he needs to move around in life. And I want to give that to him when he turns 14, so that he'll be thinking like a wise man and understand what I went through, so that when he comes across the same problems and issues that we all go through growing up, especially when every music and movies, I believe, is created to manipulate every generation. That's why we're seeing society get gradually worse and worse. Now they're defunding the police. They want the chaos. The people up top, they want the chaos so that they can bring in this new world government, one currency, one army. They want control. And this depopulation thing, like, it's real, man. Like, if you look up, people think, oh, Rothschild, that's who runs it. No, man, it goes, Dajjal, the Antichrist, that's from there's an unseen part of it. There's an unseen world parallel to ours that people don't understand. And after him, so think of the pyramid, you got him at the top, the one eye. And then you got the 13 families. There's 13 families that run this world, that he's blessed, that the Antichrist has blessed with like trillions, you know what I mean? And they each have their jobs of what they do. And after them, I can't remember. Okay, it goes them 13 families. After the 13 families, you got the Vatican and those dudes, the Jesuits and all them. And then after that, you got the corporations, and then you got government. And after government, you got like Hollywood, celebrities, and then at the very bottom, you got the sheep, which is the majority of the world.
Right. The blind, definitely.
So I wanted to I figured, if my son can benefit from this, why not all of humanity? So that's why I said I'm going to publish a book, and it's going to be a life-changing book where it could alter somebody's life for the better. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You said a lot of stuff, a lot of powerful stuff, and a lot of things that would make anyone who was unfamiliar really scratch their heads. I want you to hold on for a second. I want to take the other caller, so you can hold on the line.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on mute, and then I'm going to take the other caller and see what's going on here. So let me see. All right. All right, caller with the block number. Thank you for holding on. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun show. What's on your mind this afternoon?
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you.
I was calling in about the topic.
Okay.
I have lost my faith a couple of times and not been in belief. But he won't let me go. He won't let me go. He always shows himself strong in certain things. And he always strengthened my faith in him. And I'm a born again Christian. And there's a time when I wanted to give that up because of how people have been cruel. And I had, sometimes you have to, check yourself. And I had to heart check myself. And then I had to read the Bible and make sure that I didn't, break anything, any rules or blocks and stuff could come at you because of your doing, you know. And I have made sure that, and I really had to check myself when it comes to my healing, not just in my beliefs and my family that I desire to have, but my healing, because I do the same. I stay on my diet. I stay, you know, trying to stay fit and everything. But I'm an Aquarius, and I get bored real quick, and I can't do that stuff every day.
Okay.
I can't do that stuff every day, and I really get inspired when people are doing it every day, and not just me, but I just, you know, I hope they get the results that they be looking for, you know, whether it's healing or to stay fit, because I can't do the same stuff, like drink the same stuff every day, and I'm supposed to, you know. And sometimes I have to ask God to give me grace and mercy for dealing with my sickness. And because sometimes, you know, people treat me like I'm a normal human being because they don't think I'm sick. And I'm like, I get tired of that too, you know.
Okay.
And I know you know who this is. I blocked my number for a reason.
Okay.
I blocked my number for a reason because they just been coming at me. Really coming at me.
I don't have no problem with nobody blocking their number.
You know what I mean? And I have not been able to sleep. I had to pray and ask God to help me sleep last night so I had peace. And, you know, that means I'm doing a good thing, and we're supposed to praise God and say hallelujah when, you know, the enemy is working towards you, because that means the kingdom of heaven is near. But I don't be feel like doing that all the time. I be feeling like fighting and cussing. So I just called in, and I'm trying to stay on the topic because it's been time where I have lost my faith in believing in a man. You know, I just want to do things myself. He won't let me lose faith in that. So yes, it's possible. He just, because he'll if you're his, he'll grab you real quick and show you, because he don't want that doubt to get in your heart. Okay. That's what the devil tries to do. He wants you to doubt God.
All right, let me ask you this. All right, so when you were at your lowest point, where you were starting to lose faith, you still believed in what you believed in, right?
Not really, because I wanted to. It's like I was trying to sabotage myself, because, like, even the man that I'm believing for, I don't even know if he noticed, but I was trying to sabotage myself by saying this thing that, you know, to make him look like, this don't sound like her. I know this is her, but she wouldn't do this in public. Or I would try to just run, you know. In my heart, I guess I did still believe, but when I'm in that state of mind when I don't believe no more, I don't want to be bothered. I don't know why. I don't want to sound ungrateful, and it seems like I'm sounding ungrateful. I try to stay humble, but hell, this world get dark, and you gotta have God with you, and you gotta be in your right mind, because it will shake your mind, your mental mind.
Well,
and sometimes things don't make you believe in God, because He sends you things and gifts and stuff. Sometimes that don't work all the time.
I understand, but what I want to know from you is, what made you believe in the first place? Like, now, wait a minute. Let me ask you this: what has to happen for you to believe in whatever you believe in? So whether you believe in God, whether you believe in a person that you have faith in, whether you believe in a thing, like, I don't know, you could believe that the bus is going to come on time every day, or get you to where you need to go. Whatever it is that you believe in, what has to happen usually in order for
Well,
you to start?
I'm sorry. When I was 5 years old, I wanted to know what was hell like. I was always curious about hell. He called me at an early age, and I resisted him and calling. And I was like, I'm not going to deal with my life and be saved at no early. He called me at 5. Then he called me at 13. I was nope. I didn't answer the call until I was like 26. And I believe, and as far as a man's concerned, I have a certain type of man that I know that I can believe in, and that people be like, you don't get the man that you want all the time. Well, God has blessed me to be able to. Well, look where that has got me, getting the same type of person. I wanted something different. I wanted something more. I wanted a deeper connection, than what I was getting. I don't try to believe in something that I know I can't get. Because I'm not arrogant thinking I can get. Some of these women is so arrogant and they believe they can have that man and that man can be with somebody else. And I don't think like that.
Okay.
I don't think, and then that man has to show me something in order for me to believe in him. If he don't show me something, I'm gonna move on. I don't have time. I have my own place and my own things going together. I don't have to. You know, and that could be very frustrating. You and him kicking it, and everybody trying to, come in between that. Why should I have to? He don't want to compete. Why should I have to compete?
All right, but what does it take for you to start to believe in something? And the reason that I'm asking you that is because I want to see what makes a person start to believe and then lose faith, lose belief, and maybe totally not believe to the point where they can't believe anymore.
I'm struggling with that because the last relationship, they always say actions will show a person how they feel about you. Well, that last person I was with lied. I had proof and facts, pictures and dates. That man didn't want me. So I don't know because he accessed them up for me when they always tell my son, well, they'll show you who they care about. Not necessarily. And my little cousin, he's a dude, and he told me that don't necessarily mean a man like you by when he's showing you action. You really just have to trust in God. So I don't know. I'm still. I just really want to focus on my healing because it's very frustrating. Until that man show me proof, legally proof, that's when I will change my faith and my belief and believe in the man again. Because right now I just want my healing. And I'm tired of fighting girls thinking they can compete against me. What's for me is for me. I'm not on that journey they are on.
Okay.
I'm 53 years old. I'm up here fighting 41-year-olds that I done been through what you trying to get through. Okay.
So you mentioned proof. So when somebody or something shows you proof that you can see, feel, hear, touch, whatever. So does that help you to start believing in something?
That would help a great deal, but I feel that if I'm claiming him out loud, why he can't claim me out loud? I'm not a bad looking woman. I got my stuff together. So what is you hiding? That's the question I'm asking. I ain't got time for that. I'm keep her secret. Ain't no other man gonna come and take me away from this person. They can't. Because in my eyes, he the best looking thing. Ain't no other man pull me away from this person. And it has been that way because people are selfish. They think about themselves.
Okay, but whether
I just want to believe in my healing, and I'm having trouble with that. and I know eating right and doing right, but I don't do that. I don't do so well in that.
All right, but whether you're talking about a man, whether you're talking about God, whether you're talking about, because when you say that something proving themselves to you helps you to start believing in it. Well, how does God show people that? How does God prove that He exists?
Well, God will show me. I know God exists by the stuff that was happening for me on my behalf. But when it comes to a certain man, each man that I have liked it was in a dream, and I believe in my dreams. I believe in my dreams. I still believe in my dreams. Now, we are on a different time schedule. God ain't going to do it when we want to do it. But if I keep on believing and not, walk away from it, it probably would happen. But, God ain't going to just give me a dream just to give me a dream and, just be playing with me, But as far as this apartment, I had to believe for a certain apartment to be in because I couldn't handle that home that I was in. I believed for that home. God came up in that home that I was in. I was trying to buy, So He has showed Himself. But I get tired. You get tired.
Mm-hmm.
You get tired. It ain't that you don't believe no more unless you just was never in the faith. You just get tired.
Okay.
And then these bad kids, you raise them the way they want to go, and they, thinking they the doggone stuff now because they where they need to be, and they just X you out their life like you never existed. All that energy they done came and drank from you like they a vampire and stuff, and they don't want nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's very frustrating. And I'm like, God knew who to give kids to, because it takes a real strong person to be a parent. I'll probably be locked up.
Well, all right. So we're talking about believing in nothing. So what do you think? What do you think has to happen to a person for them to stop believing in everything or to believe in nothing? What do you think has to happen?
I don't think that's. I don't. If you, like I said, if you really in the faith that you're in, whether it's Christian, whether it's Muslim, I don't think that's impossible.
You don't think that's possible? Okay. All right.
I don't think that's impossible because you're gonna believe what you believe in. Period. Now, if you an atheist, then that's a whole nother level. They don't believe in nothing.
Actually, they do, because atheists believe, like the power to believe in something, or let me put it this way: the power to believe in nothing is the same. It has the same stuff in it that makes people believe in something. Like it's not as like people think that atheists, just because they don't believe in God, they don't believe in anything, and that's not true. Because it's not that easy to not believe in God when people keep coming to you from different religions or whatever, showing you proof or trying to prove to you that He exists. So you have to keep finding proof that He doesn't exist, which means that you have to believe wholeheartedly that it doesn't exist. So just because you don't believe in God doesn't mean that you don't believe in anything. It's just that you don't believe in something that a lot of people believe in. But the same energy that it takes to disbelieve in God has the same properties in it that it takes to believe in God. You have to really believe that there isn't any God. So no matter when good things happen to you that you can't explain, that when bad things happen to other people or yourself that you can't explain, when things happen in this world that science can't explain, you have to wholeheartedly believe that there's another reason for it that doesn't involve God.
Well, I also not just believe in my faith in God. And some people might, be like, turning their head sideways. But I believe in karma. I believe in luck.
Okay.
I know the difference. I believe when you put good stuff out there, good stuff is going to come back. I also believe in luck too because I used to gamble back in the day, and every time I gambled, I would take $20 to the casino, but I would leave with $100.
Mm-hmm.
And my mama used to say, "Don't get hooked on that because you ain't gonna always win." But I will always win every time I go. Until that one time I lost my $10, and it didn't feel good, So I believe that was luck. I don't believe that was God. Some people think that was God. Now that's what I call luck.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something, and sometimes I get very frustrated because, I had a lot of stuff happening to me, on top of a sickness, and I had an accident. I'm trying to heal. It's like people want to keep on effing with me, and they don't see the real thing that they got. I'm not ratchet, but I got ratchet in my DNA. They don't see that, because I'm getting tired, and I'm trying to pray. And I'm trying to turn the other cheek. That's the only thing in that doggone Bible that I don't like is turning the other cheek. I don't like that scripture.
Well,
that's not easy.
Well, it's all right because God forgives everything. So,
yeah, you can get everything, but when you got mean, wicked people coming at you, trying to take your stuff, to take your beliefs, take your peace, getting you to worry about competing with you. The only thing, I got my little social media stuff out there to help me along with my eating habits so I can track what I'm eating and seeing what I'm doing or seeing how God will bless me with the finances, with the food that I got. It ain't, if you get inspired from it, that's good, but that ain't for you to be, I could do that better than her. That kind of crap.
Okay, so, all right. So, besides, okay, so you believe in luck, you believe in God, you believe in luck. Evidently, what are the other things that you believe in? No, forget about that. Forget it. No, you know what? Scratch that.
I believe in, like I said, I believe in a man. They done poison me with that too. They talking negative and hating on me. I'm like, y'all ain't gonna get me to hate on no man. For this independent. I don't like that stuff. Talking. I believe in, just like I said, they don't want me believing in man. They didn't want me. Like I said, voting and everything. People don't know that they still mess with you when they vote. Don't never let that like back in the days how they didn't want you to try to vote and stuff. It was hard to get people out there to vote. They still secretly mess with people that vote.
Okay. Yeah, I can understand.
And I believe in a man. Everybody is not a man, and everybody is not a good man. And that's what I believe in.
Okay. If you went to the casino and you never won again, would you stop believing in luck?
Well, I guess I must have did because I ain't been.
Well, see,
no, because I went to the casino and won money, but lost my phone, and I had to take that same money that I won and buy me a phone.
Yeah, yeah, shit like that. Yeah. No, the reason
that's why I call it luck. I wasn't feeling, I felt. See, I had the Holy Spirit in me, and I felt bad going in there. Because sometimes you can go in there, eat, and have a good time, and don't have to, gamble. It's nice surrounding and everything. But when God don't want you in there, He just don't want you in there. And He didn't want me in there, and that felt so horrible. I won that money and lost. That was an expensive phone that I lost.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt sick to my stomach that I had to go on. Well, I could have looked at it like, well, at least I got some, money to, replace it. But I didn't want to look at it like that.
Mm-hmm.
I needed that money in my pocket.
I understand. I totally understand. So
I needed that money in my pocket. So yes, it's just, I wholeheartedly believe in the law, and I believe in not breaking it. But we're human. Ain't nobody perfect. Your heart goes to where your heart goes to. And then if you do something you ain't got no business doing, pray about it, ask God to deliver you from it. And I have did some things I ain't had no business doing. I have apologized. I'm not gonna keep on apologizing.
okay. All right. All right. All right. Well, I mean, so I'm gonna ask you this last question. Do you consider your faith to be strong in the things that you believe in?
Oh yeah. Do I consider my faith? I don't want to be a hypocrite in this one because sometimes it's like shaky. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. I do. I believe that if I die today, I know I won't be in hell.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm good. I'm good with that. All right. Well, look, I want to thank you for calling in. Appreciate it as always.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to have.
I had to turn my TV off. Yeah, because I didn't want you to get no feedback, so I turned the TV off. So I'm gonna hang up and turn it back on so I can see you.
Okay. Cool.
Keep on drinking your juices because you're inspiring me and challenging me to eat healthy and drinking my juices.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to keep my faith that this health food stuff is actually good for you. Sometimes I feel like my faith is a little shaken.
It's very good. It's very good for you, but sometimes it's challenging for certain people, to keep doing that, and they know they need to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like to watch inspirational stuff, good stuff.
That's what's up. Well, thanks for calling in. I appreciate you.
Have a blessed weekend.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, good calls back to back. Now, I was wondering. Now, one of the reasons that I was asking about what could make somebody's faith turn around is because I'm trying to get to this. I'm trying to see how you can totally lose your entire belief system in something. So when I ask what makes you believe in something from the beginning, now for a lot of people it's when something proves itself to be self-evident. It proves itself to be true. It proves itself to be consistent, whatever. It's easy to believe in something like that. But as time goes on, as human beings, we look for either consistency or inconsistency in things. And sometimes, a lot of times, when things are inconsistent, when they don't do what we think that they were supposed to do, time and time again, it can make us stop believing in them. So I was asking about what makes you start to believe in something from the beginning, and if that thing stops performing the way it did before, do you stop believing in it? Now, let me explain this a little bit farther. If we believe that a cat is a cat and a dog is a dog, we believe that a cat is a cat and a dog is a dog. If the cat starts to bark or try to eat bones or dig holes or something like that, does that mean that we stop believing that the cat is a dog? I mean, that the cat is a cat? Or if a dog starts to try to meow or clean himself or starts to act lazy, and you know what I mean? It's like, we still believe that the cat is a cat and the dog is a dog. We may not believe in what it does anymore. And I think that sometimes we get confused when it comes to that. We get confused about the way, about whether we believe in the performance of something versus believe in the existence of something. Now, two things can be true at the same time. We might believe that somebody is a person, but we might not believe in people. Maybe not the best example. Funny thing is, like, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, y'all, because I'm looking at my screen and my screen stopped after Mark G. The comments on my screen stopped after Mark G says, "So sorry, Charles." So I have to use this phone in order to stay in the chat. Yo, thank you so much, Charles. Appreciate you once again. Thank you. And he also says, I tried to leave my religion and I couldn't. I understand. And he says, only God decides, and only with his mercy is one allowed to enter heaven. Now, that's something that a lot of people struggle to believe in. The whole heaven and hell thing. You know, a lot of people struggle to keep their faith and belief in that. But perhaps faith and belief are the same things. I know they have a lot of the same ingredients. They may not be the exact same thing. We can try to see. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I need to stop this shit anyway. Okay. Are faith and belief the same thing? Okay. No, faith and belief are not the same. Let's see. Faith involves trust and reliance, and faith can endure even when doubts arise. Faith can exist without a corresponding belief. For example, if you have faith in someone, you might be willing to trust your life to them. Belief is an acceptance that something is true or exists, often without proof. Beliefs are based on logic and experiences and can change if new information is learned. For example, if you believe it will rain, but it doesn't, you will likely change your belief. Faith is sometimes considered a type of belief that doesn't necessarily rely on evidence. Faith can also be described as an open-minded approach to the truth, without preconceptions. In contrast, belief can be described as an insistence that the truth is what one wishes it to be, and that one's mind is open to the truth only if it fits with their preconceived ideas. All right, so it says that belief exists even when there is no proof. Okay. So when we believe in God, we can do that without necessarily having proof. If we believe in that there's a heaven that you will go to if you follow certain guidelines, and there's a hell that you will perish in if you don't do the right things, or if you don't follow certain guidelines. You know, it gets a little iffy, it gets a little dicey as we go farther into this thing, as we go a little deeper. But when we talk about what the topic of this show is, when we talk about believing in nothing, like when you think about what it takes to believe in nothing, because belief, by definition, can happen without proof. So even with proof, you lose all belief in something, or have you lost faith in it? Maybe you still believe in it, but have no faith in it. I don't know. So yeah, I understand what they say, where they say that faith involves reliance on something. Like, I have faith that you will be there at 3:00 when I get off of work, so you can drive me home like you said you would. I have faith that you mess up things for me and the family by wasting all your money on drugs or shopping or whatever. I have faith that you will do the right things when it's time to, and you'll be consistent in that. I might believe in you as a person. Like, I know that you're a decent person. I know that you're a decent person, but I also see that you do things that aren't decent a lot or often enough to shake my faith in you. But I believe in you. I know that one day you're going to come through and you're going to do the right thing. What would it take for me not to believe in you anymore? Would you have to do something to me? Would you have to do something to somebody else that you can't repair, that you can't fix, and that can't be ignored or excused? The whole belief thing is it's a little, it can take you places. It can do things. It can, it can rattle your mind and your basically it can take your psyche to a lot of different places. It might not let go when things don't work out the way that you expect them to, want them to, or think that they should. So when we try to fast forward to somebody who believes in nothing, I mean, that's a testable thing. It's something that you can test because it might not be true. It may not necessarily work out the way that you think it's going to work out. Mark G says YouTube has been weird the last few days. It really has. Like I'm like, what's going on here? What is going on here? They're doing some things. Charles Xavier says God's sign and signature is in every creation. It's precise. It's precise. There's 7 heavens with God's throne on top. Okay. And he also says, oh, you were asking, when did it start? My faith, I was born with it. Every human is born with it. Well, every human has to rely on whoever birthed the human and whoever is going to raise the human, take care of it. They have to rely on them for protection, for warmth, for food, just to be able to survive. You have, as a baby, you have to have faith that the parents that you were born to are going to take care of you. But I don't know if a baby, a newborn, has belief. I don't know if they're born with belief. I don't based on the dictionary's definition of what faith is, I'm not sure if if belief is the operative word for a baby. When you think about the amazing, the amazement of being born, of just the gestation period from conception to developing as a fetus to actually coming through the birth canal or C-section nowadays or whatever, just to make it into this world, it really is an amazing thing. You know what I mean? Because you breathe inside of a space that anyone who wasn't a baby, a developing child, would not be able to survive in. So a baby, an unborn child, is totally reliant on the mother to not only take care of it, take care of herself, because that's going to have a direct effect on the child. A direct effect on the child. So when I hear somebody say that they don't believe in something, it automatically makes me think that they're probably depressed about something. Because one thing about going into a depression is that it can make you stop believing it can make you stop believing in the day. Like, a lot of people don't really understand how serious depression is. They don't understand how debilitating it is. God bless the hearts of people who think that you can fuck your way out of depression. Pop pills, smoke or drink or sniff or shoot your way out of depression. God bless them. It doesn't work that way. But whether it works that way or not, depression works on you constantly. It will constantly work on you. It cripples a person because it makes you stop believing in the day. It makes you believe that yesterday was bad, today is worse, and tomorrow is going to be worse than today. It's a downward spiral that takes away your ability to believe in something. So even if you were at one time a believer in God, and he's not working fast enough for you to bring you out of this negative state and this depression, you may still believe in God, but you may also believe that you have done something to anger God, to displease God. And that's why you are suffering. So you believe that you haven't done the right things and that you are suffering because of that. Now, for some people, that would make them stop believing in everything. And we have to, we're talking about God. We have to go to those people who say things like, well, if there was a God, how come he allows rape and murder and lying and deception and cheating? Why would he allow abuse? Why would he allow a baby to be hurt? Why would God do the things to me that he's doing? Why would he allow me to feel this way? Charles was talking about losing a child, and there are far less. There aren't too many things that are worse than your child passing before you, and especially being young. But look how people handle it when their parents die. Some people just can't take it. They can't take it. Spouses can't take it. Those people were their everything. That was their everything. Why would God take this person away from me? Why would you take my mom? Why would you take my dad? Why would you take my husband? Why would you take my wife? Why would you take my child? Why would you take these people? They were good people. They did good things. Why would you take them? It's not easy. I don't know if that makes them not believe in anything anymore, but it definitely takes a hard hit on their belief. It can take a hard hit on their belief in God, in life, in anything good. And it's a main ingredient of a downward spiral of depression. It's tough. All right. Charles says, there's a feeling we get inside when we are doing wrong, and a feeling we get when we do good. We get that. We give, there's rules to your body and mind and soul. The Quran is the manual. You can call back in, Charles. We could definitely call back in. And Stacy says, not being able to bear a child is worse. I don't know. I can't say for any individual what's bad, what's good, or what's worse, because it's a comparison that, having a child, getting used to a child, loving a child, falling in love with a child, and losing a child, that's one thing. Not being able to bear a child, some people might say, well, you can't miss what you never had, even though you can. But I can understand not being able to bear a child could also have a really hard hit on your faith. I can understand that. Like, well, why would he allow all these other women to have children? A lot of them who aren't good mothers, a lot of them who abuse their children, a lot of them who don't appreciate their children, they neglect them and everything like that. But here I am. I love children, and I would love to be a biological mom or dad or whatever, and I can't. Shoot, I know men who have been pretty sterile or whatever, and they haven't been able to produce children, and yeah, it. I can't say whether they dumbed it down, like in a way of they pretended that it didn't hurt them or affect them very, very bad. No, but I know for a man, his potency is important to him. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be pumping them babies out. Like, oh, I better pull out, you know what I mean? Before I put a baby in it. You know, it's tough. Yo, please hit the like button, y'all. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your host, Sun752. Feeling like a real man should. Hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Today on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, we are talking about believing in nothing. What does it take to lose all your belief in everything or anything? If you would like to call into the show, the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. Call into the show and I'll get you right on in here. And we have another call on the line. Caller with the private number. Welcome or welcome back to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. What's going on? Are you there?
Yeah, yo.
There you go.
Somebody else. There was a third person for a second.
There was a third? Oh, I don't know.
What else? What's on?
Everything is good. Everything is good. You wanted to speak.
You wanna repeat your question for the new listeners that are just tuning in?
Well, I was talking about what would make a person.
Why is there murder? Why it's so bad?
Oh, that part. Yeah. Well, a lot of people lose their belief or they question if there's a God, why is there murder? Why is there rape? Why is there abuse? Why is there lying? Why is there stealing? Why is there cheating? Why is there sadness? Why is there sorrow? Why is there suffering? Why is there war? Why was there slavery?
If there was nothing bad, would you know what good is?
Well, that's a good question, but it's also a question that many people seem to be more than willing to experience. Now, I understand the metaphorical or existential terms that you're asking that question because you're thinking in logical terms. But when people are hurting, they don't tend to think about logic. They tend to rely on just their feelings.
If a person can't control their feelings, I mean, I would get help.
Well, what if you've been taught?
You go, everybody's problems are different. So, I mean, for me, Islam is the cure for for everything and anything.
Okay.
I think that, like, God created everything so beautiful and perfect. There has to be a balance. You have to know one thing has to exist to understand and create something else.
Mm-hmm.
And like, there's so much research that you have to do just because you've wasted so much time on these movies and this bullshit culture they sold you.
Mm-hmm.
This Hollywood, this different, like, what's cool, what's not, this, that. All that is all brainwashing, man. The screens are all, like, the technology. You know how I said God's signature and mark and everything? The devil tries to copy God. He's trying to be on the same, like, you know what I mean? That's why you can see his thumbprint and his signature. on everything bad.
What about people who worship the devil? There are a lot of them.
People. They're evil.
Okay. But check this out.
So we're given free will. That's what people don't understand. God gave us free will, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but he didn't just send us out here, bro. He gave us. He guided it, like, you know what I mean? He gave us the manual. He gave us revelation. He sent messengers. He sent prophets with miracles. We say, oh, it didn't have, we have to see it for our own eyes. If God himself came down, you wouldn't believe that it's God.
Right.
And anybody that thinks that if they think they have an image of God, they don't, because God says that there's nothing like there's nothing like me, and his mercy is greater than his wrath.
Okay. Now, a lot of people who believe in God because they can see evidence, whatever evidence that they need. They can see evidence that God exists and God is love and God does the right things and he makes people do the right things. But when you go to devil worshipers, we know that our faith is often challenged by the negative deeds of other people and the bad things that happen in this world. Well,
God sent down 2 angels to teach magic.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I'm asking, hold on a second. Because what I'm asking about is, if you are a devil worshiper, do you think it would be easier for them to confirm their beliefs? Because we know
when you say devil,
satanic worshipers.
When you say devil, what do you mean? Can you describe a devil worshiper?
Yes, satanic worshipers. There are people who worship Satan. It's a dark.
In what way? What do they do?
They pray. They pray to Satan. They believe in evil. Okay. They believe in and they believe that he really controls this world.
They harm human beings.
Huh?
They harm other fellow human beings.
They believe in everything negative that they believe that bad really rules this world. But you know what? Let me be sure. Let me Google this. What do Satan worshipers believe? Okay.
There's different levels, right?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is what it says. Satanists have a variety of beliefs, including non-theism, atheism, and theistic belief in Satan. And their beliefs can vary depending on the type of Satanism they practice. So let me go to theistic Satanism. Some Satanists believe that Satan is a divine being, and this type of Satanism is sometimes called devil worship. Some Satanists revere Satan as a character in the Christian Bible, and they may focus on Satan's aggression and contrarian actions. Satanists may also value nonconformity, reason, justice, and truth. Some satanic groups, like the Satanic Temple, have engaged in public campaigns for social justice issues. Satanism can also be a way to create symbolic institutions such as churches that can lead to rituals and self-transformation. So belief in the devil or Satan has a lot of the same properties that believing in God has. The thing is, what I'm asking is, because we know we say that good always rules all over evil, but we don't really get that much proof of it. It seems like bad always comes in and messes up everything for the good. And it makes you...
Okay, let me stop you right there. Wait, let me start. So what you just say right there, repeat what you just said.
Okay. We know, like, if you, those of us
verbatim, who... that last thing you just said.
Verbatim, which part?
Your last sentence. It's all good if you can't remember. So,
well, no, I was saying how we believe that good triumphs over evil, but we know that we don't really have a lot of evidence to support that. Like, we see bad things happen to good people all the time. Evil deeds.
God sent the Torah and the Bible before the Quran.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And both books corrupted because it was entrusted with the humans. So God sent the final revelation. We believe in Jesus as the Messiah.
Okay.
And that he's going to return. You know, we look like Jesus. We dress like Jesus. His mom dresses like Muslim women dress like Jesus' mother. You know what I mean? So God said nothing could alter this book, and I honestly believe the Quran is a divine book. Like it's not magic, like it's magical. I had nothing to do with magic. I'm just saying it's magical, you know, and the devil, and I don't want to disrespect, there's Orthodox people from both books that we love and respect who are Orthodox, and we call them people of the book. But there's a part where it's taken over, and the books have been altered and rewritten by man. And lost my train of thought.
It's all right.
What was I just?
Well, here's what I'm saying. It's easy to believe in something when something reinforces your beliefs. Like when you see something happening that you already believed in or had faith in, it's easy to hold on to those beliefs. Sometimes when it starts to break down and you start to see changes or negative developments or things that don't fall in line with how good things are supposed to be or in your faith or belief system.
Do you believe Hollywood is satanic?
I can't say whether Hollywood is satanic anymore because I don't know what being satanic is. You know, I don't know what being satanic is. I know what good and bad is based on what I've learned.
So let me share my opinion. I think that it's so deep that they mix with the unseen world, the other realm that we can't see.
Okay.
You have to understand, like, okay, so some people say aliens, some people say demons, this, that. We say that they're jinns. And, oh man, I didn't even, it's so, it would take so long to explain that. Yeah. Anyways, before I get off, any questions, bro?
No, I mean you've expressed yourself well. You know, I was just trying to figure out. Well, I know that you wanted to answer the question that I asked earlier when after you had hung up, but I was wondering The only question I have is
the math with that was, yeah, it's a double. Yeah.
okay, cool. I'm good with that. All right, you good?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for calling back in, man. Appreciate you. All right. Once again, good call. Once again, good call. I want to see what y'all think about it. Like, you know, belief comes in different forms. It comes in a bunch of different forms. You know, one person, you may be raised or taught or conditioned to believe that one thing is supposed to happen and it's supposed to happen in a certain kind of way, and then somebody else may be taught that it's supposed to happen in a totally different way. So when I brought up the whole devil worshiping thing, the satanic worshiper thing, the reason I was asking that question is because, you know, when we are taught the right things, when we're taught certain ethics and certain morals, like you're not supposed to lie, you're not supposed to cheat, you're not supposed to steal, you're not supposed to harm people, you're not supposed to abuse anything, you're not supposed to try to hurt people, you're not supposed to try to trick people. When we're taught that, we know that in our lives, as we grow, as we learn, as we meet new people, as we experience life, we know that belief is going to be challenged day in and day out. We know that we're going to meet people who are bad people based on what we've been taught, you know, and some of those people we're going to fall in love with, had admiration for, excuse them, all kinds of shit. So the other part of it is, look at satanic worshipers, satanic worshipers, devil worshipers. They believe in evil. They believe in evil. So what I'm wondering, is their belief stronger? Because it's not hard to find evil. It ain't hard to find somebody lying, cheating, stealing, hurting, killing, you know, deceiving, whatever. It's easy to find the bad stuff. So would a devil worshiper's faith be stronger because they're going to get what they're looking for day in and day out? Yup, I lied today. I'm lying now. Yup, I cheated today. Cheating now. Yup, I'm about to go smack somebody up, stab somebody, hurt somebody. You know, like they get what they're looking for. They get their cup filled back up to the brim every day. Meanwhile, if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Jew, if you're a Hindu, if you're whatever, Buddhist, whatever religion that you follow, you're going to have to struggle to keep your belief. So when I say, when we title a show "Believing in Nothing," do devil worshipers, and I'm just saying, I'm not telling all y'all to go out and be like, yeah, shoot, you know, when you put it that way, son, maybe we should start believing in the devil, because shit, you know what I mean? At least we're gonna get our Amazon delivery every day on time. But when you talk about believing in something, what could make a Satan worshiper stop believing in Satan? What? That's too much good being done in the world, man. You know what I mean? All this love then came through, all of this affection, all of this people telling the truth, and they proving themselves to be decent. And what would it take? What has to happen with them in order to take them off of their square of satanic worship? Emily Dunlap in the house. I said Emily. And I see Dinosaur is in there. Dinosaur is in here complaining about everybody over 35. That's crazy. What are you like? 6? You know, 6-year-olds supposed to be here. Charles says, I got to start my own channel. The knowledge I'm trying to share is soul food. It would have taken too long to explain and mentally exhausting. I didn't want to bore the chat. Well, if you start a channel we will support it. So, you know what I mean? You can get right on that. It ain't hard to do. So if you start tomorrow, we'll support tomorrow. Oh man. Dinosaur. Abe the guru. I mean, I'm sorry, the Rugrat. What did I get guru? Nah, look, I can't even read now. Abe the Rugrat. Thanks for coming back through, man. Appreciate you. Dinosaur says, look at the country now. Y'all ruined it. I wasn't old enough to vote, but you guys were. I know you saw my question in the chat. Like, what was this country like before we so-called ruined it? What could it have been like? He says, that Dinosaur says, LOL, what? Thought you liked debates. Thought you liked debates. LOL, much love. I mean, shit, I ain't tell you to stop debating. I just want to know, what was the country like before we so-called ruined it? I'm 54 years old. So I have to be one of the people that you're talking about. I just want to know, I just want to hear the error in my ways so I can maybe do better. You know what I mean? My daughter is 18. I don't want her to continue this cycle of ruining this country. Because for people who look like me, this country ain't never been good. Just saying. Some of them will say that it was good, but they all Trump supporters and they gassed and blind, deaf, dumb, kind of silly. They definitely have a revisionist history. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Byron Donalds. My man Byron Donalds, senator in Florida, talk about some, during Jim Crow, we stuck together. I'm like, man, ain't no black people ever stuck together for real. I mean, if we stuck together back then we stick together now for a certain event, for a certain time limit, and then we all go our separate ways and start fighting with each other, hating on each other, bullshitting each other. Shoot. What's the good and what's the use in being black if you can't separate from your brothers and sisters over something dumb? But anyway, ruined this country. I don't know, man. I've been to a few countries in my day. I've been to a few different countries, and the United States ain't all that bad. So you had all these years and didn't fix it. You haven't said what's wrong. You don't like Trump or Kamala? Okay. So what? All right, Lori, what's good? What's going on, man? Good to see me. Some of you says he is the God of this world and can offer riches. What should it profit a man to gain this whole world and lose his soul? Or what should one give in exchange for his soul? Okay. Dinosaur says, so after all of these years of voting, you guys did nothing? What about the people who don't vote? Did you know that there are more people who don't vote in this world, in this country, than the ones who do vote? Let me educate you on something, youngin. In the last presidential election, 70 million people voted for Donald Trump, and 80 million people voted for Joe Biden. So that's 150 million. Did you know that there are 300 plus million people in the United States? So the voting public does not determine how this country goes. And politics doesn't determine how this country goes. When you get up in the morning, I don't know, shower, take a bath, brush your teeth, get dressed, that has nothing to do with the president of the United States. It has nothing to do with any senator, any congressman, any representative, any mayor, any city controller, any city council person. It has nothing to do with that. When you go and do what you do, it don't have shit to do with any politics. So what are you talking about? So in that way, in a direct way, politics doesn't rule your world. If you don't turn on your TV or your radio or allow your phone to go to any political conversation, do politics affect you? They may affect people around you, but directly you're going to go about your business doing whatever it is that you do. Dinosaur says, at least your generation got to buy a house. Your generation can buy a house too. Y'all act like we was buying houses for like the money that was right in our pocket. Like, yo, man, you know what I mean? Shit, hold on. Get out of here, chair. Like, yo, man, I saw this crib around the corner. Shit, man, I'm about to go cop this house, man. You know what I mean? This is 1987. This should get me a house. And I don't mean no dilapidated tenement. Like, this should get me a good little house. What I got? I got about $100 something dollars. I got a couple of dollars on me. All right. Yeah, I'm about to go get this crib. Yo. I got a couple of dollars. Oh yeah, I know that's enough. That's enough to buy a crib. So we straight. We good. You can buy a house now. You know, young boy or girl or whoever you are. You can buy a house when you learn how to buy a house. Even people who have a lot of money, they still have to go through a process to buy a house. Houses aren't too expensive for everybody to buy. You just have to be able to get up the money. And from what I see, your generation, if you really are as young as you're acting, your generation knows how to work the internet. Y'all had OnlyFans. You have content creation and stuff like that. Things that people from my generation struggle with because they might be afraid to get in front of a camera or they don't know how to really work the internet. You know how many people that are watching this show right now don't even really know how to use these $1,000 phones that they're using, but I bet you do. So you have a certain advantage. Got a certain advantage. And I suggest you use that advantage that you have to your advantage. It might help you buy a house, car, might even, I don't know. It might take you to places that you never thought that you would get to. But one thing is for sure, you ain't gonna get nowhere by complaining all the time. You can't complain all the time. You gotta get your shit together. Gotta try hard. You gotta work, play, love, pray, get your shit together. And it's gonna turn out the way that you need, my brother. I said, get your shit together. And everything is gonna turn out right. Get yourself together. You're young, vibrant, and bright. Everybody can make it as long as you're on this earth for what it's worth. This is really for T. Carey, right? And I appreciate that. I appreciate the. I didn't even read the chat. My bad. She said, greed, power, and ambition always cause issues throughout history. Your generation will be no different. Word. And Charles says, can you join another live? If so, showing the Muslim. Okay, that's what's up. Wait a minute. Thank y'all. So we about to do these birthday shout outs and get on up out of here. You know what I mean? I believe in you. I hope you believe in me. And even if we don't believe in each other, we're going to believe in something else. Maybe there's something else out there greater that's waiting for you. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious, 20th, 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 20th Audience. October 20th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. Reem Daddy. He calls himself Reem Daddy. Probably like Kareem. But anyway, and also Gwendolyn Briggs, happy birthday to you. And my girl Sid Vicious Jr., happy birthday. That's a female. And also Bay 215, spoken word beat maker. Happy birthday to you. And Odell Miller. And also David Pastor Wilson. And Ashana Driscoll. And Nora Ease, happy birthday. And Kevin Gant, happy birthday to you. And Ricky Ridley Cato, happy birthday. And my girl Marie, happy birthday. And Erica Booth and Celeste Stanford. That's a go-getter, Celeste Stanford. And Abdul Salim. And last but not least, Sinistry Vickers. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious October 20th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn to rock out. Rock on and do the damn rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, go hard, go for yours, and remember. Listen, man, believing in nothing. I don't know if we really got to the bottom of this. Believing in nothing. What is believing in nothing? What can happen in your life that can shake your faith to the point where you don't believe in anything that you see? Yeah, sun, moon, and stars. I don't believe that shit. Yeah, God is who you are. Yeah, I don't believe that shit. Yo, your God is in you. No, I don't believe that shit. Yo, all women are good. I don't believe that shit. Yo, the common man is decent. I don't believe that shit. Yo, kids need a chance. I don't believe that shit. Yo, things are turning out right. No, I don't believe that shit. I don't believe none of that shit. You can't make me believe it. I'm going to do my own thing, have my own way, because I tried your way, and that's why I stay away from you and yours, and all of your people and boys, because I can't deal with that bullshit that you're saying no more. And I know for a fact that this world is under attack and this kind of whack. And every day that I go out of my crib, I feel like this. I have to find another place to live in. Yeah, and I can't deal with you and all your peoples, y'all, or some other shit. All y'all want to do is evil. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in angels. I don't believe in pastors. I don't believe in the strangers. I don't believe that nothing will ever get better for me unless I make it for myself, because I got my health and I gotta worry about that shit every day. I got crazy thoughts and they tell me away that I can be better, but they ain't speaking to me right now. So I don't believe you are down, and I don't think that you will never do right by me and us. And I think that I'm gonna have to make a fuss and start the cussing and busting the people. If you try to harm me, I'm gonna have to do something to you like an army, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna clear out all the space. I'm tired of y'all and each and every black and white race and all the Asians and yellow people and reds, and I can't deal with that shit. I wish y'all motherfuckers was dead, because y'all is all up in my head and I can't take it, and the shit is real like a motherfucker, and I ain't gonna fake it. I believe in you and me. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night with another Daily Go-Getterism show. This has been the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I want to thank y'all all for coming through. I appreciate it. Wait a minute. Let me see. What's that? Herman Bible says, so if someone was to call what would the person be talking about? Well, unfortunately, now the lines are down, so you wouldn't be able to call, but you can, as long as you are on the topic, you can talk about anything you want to talk about, really. I just want to make sure that you stay, at least start off on the topic. Things can go off of the track after you get here. But we will be back. We will be back tomorrow night, 2 a.m. Yes, 2 a.m. Yeah, I know we do it on the late night. But if you go to the channel, by the way, hit the like button, please. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. And if you subscribe to the channel, you'll see, even if you don't subscribe to the channel, you can see all the shows that we do. We do this every day, 7 days a week. So you know what that means? I believe in this shit and I believe in y'all. I do. And nothing has been able to shake that so far. But sometimes it has gotten a little rough. It really has. I had to take my bumps and bruises. Like, I oughta. But I really thank y'all for coming through, man. And especially since the game was on. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I tried to watch the game a little bit while we was doing the show. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, look, man. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? But now I can go ahead and watch it for real, at least the end of it. Yo, once again, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Peace, y'all.